Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Mary. I've just moved to Costa Rica, and this channel, Growing Gringa, is about my adventures and my experiences in doing so. So welcome and thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk a little bit more about my second major adaptation that is having to take place here, and that is bugs and mosquitoes. Here, yes, the problem is mosquitoes, and I'm either constantly putting on mosquito repellent or putting on the cream to take the itch away. So it's annoying. But what's more annoying here are the ants for me, at least in this area. It is the beginning of the rainy season, and I don't know if mosquitoes are going to get worse or if they're always like this. But the ants, some ants, I guess they're fire ants, they bite and it hurts like hell. And it hurts and itches for like 4 or 5 days. And as soon as you get a new one, it's just like you're restarting the cycle. It's never ending. So I'm really hoping that my body is going to adapt. And but at this point, my mom planted a few sweet pepper plants and some basil, and the thing pops out with leaves in no time. Things germinate and sprout and start to grow super fast here, and then the next day it could be decimated, the leafcutter ants or the grasshoppers. But the cool thing is 2 days later it could have these fresh new leaves. It just comes back, but then the pest comes to eat it again. So I mean, the plant is growing taller, but its leaves kept getting destroyed. So I'm really looking forward to permaculture and trying to figure out how to deal with these problems. Or is it, just a question of planting them somewhere else? I don't know. It's going to have to be something I'm going to learn about. So for right now, I've planted some things. Some are getting decimated, some are not. So we'll see how that goes. This is what I'm talking about. They're going all the way up this very tall tree. It looks like they're going, you can't tell, but I can tell they're going up to some of the higher branches. These guys work non-stop, day and night. Look at them all. They are going far away. They're going way over there. They've got a pathway that goes down there, all the way across over that way. And I'm going to try and walk over there, but I don't go anywhere without a stick, just in case there's poisonous snakes, and I'm a weenie. These guys work really, really hard. It looks like here, a lot of them have dropped their leaves. I don't know why they are quite fascinating. Why they, if you spend time watching them, they're quite fascinating. This way, they're still going over here. We'll do a detour here. Long grass. The snake that I'm worried about is called a fer de lance. And apparently they're super dangerous. One of the most toxic and dangerous, and can basically kill you within a couple hours. And a guy that takes care of the property next door found one a couple days ago, chopped off its head. I think he chopped him up with a weed eater. So basically, here's the ant trail. I don't know, it stops over here. I don't see where they've gone. These are, once again, leafcutter ants. These leaves were cut off of a tree and were just kind of left there on the ground, so it's kind of a massive, easy harvest for them because they don't have to climb anywhere. I've been looking at them, and it's making me be quite a philosopher. Look at these guys go. Look at this guy here, okay? He's struggling with that. Oh, there's one. Here he goes. This guy here. There he goes. Off. Where is he going? But they basically, what they do is follow their scent. So with any ant, they travel by scent. And they're all kind of going out through this way. Hey guys, time warp. Yeah, so ants, leafcutter ants. Here I am working on my first real garden plot, and I can tell you there's a lot of hesitation involved. I was fearful, and like, just to do something so simple, I was fearful that maybe I wasn't going to do it in the right way, maybe it shouldn't be here, maybe it should be somewhere else. Gardening is scary, right? You don't want to do the wrong thing and to lose time, but what I learned is that everything, as well as in life, is that it's important to just try, just plant something, and you can't go wrong, because even if it doesn't go the way we want or we thought it would go, it's a learning experience, and we will learn something from that that will take us forward. So I try and remember that when I'm gardening. And I started it a few days ago, and I kind of delimited the outside, two turns with a shovel, basically shoveling a piece of dirt, turning it over, breaking up the land. And I left it, and I came back today, and I saw an army of leafcutter ants walking right through the middle of it, which is not a big problem because they're just traveling, right? They're just bringing leaves from somewhere else, and they're going over that way towards their compound, their hive. And I thought, okay, what are they gonna do when this place is like full of like squash and cucumber and corn? And I just thought immediately, like, this is gonna be a problem. And I started with a shovel basically in this corner here, basically working from, where are we? From this middle part outwards to here. And as I was working, I basically saw that something crazy happened. I put on my Roddy Piper sunglasses, and I saw something amazing. Roddy Piper, put on your sunglasses and see the truth. Just a joke. Basically, as I was working with the shovel, I disturbed their pathway, and as ants use scent to continue on their path, if everyone's seen a line of ants and they're all together and they're all working together and they're amazing creatures and they all have one major goal. They all have a lot of them have different roles. There's different classes, as there are in any society. There's different classes, and each class has their own role. And as I disturbed the entire colony or the entire group of people, as I disturbed the entire group that were working, it had an enormous effect on how they were working and where they were working and what they were doing. And I couldn't help but relate to what we're living through as a society right now, and how it's so easy to manipulate a population, a civilization, an entire civilization. It is so easy to manipulate, and to manipulate them on purpose to get a desired result, right? Like, I don't want these, chances are in 2 days, these guys will be on to another tree, another goal, another location, okay? But in the future, I don't want them going through my garden that's gonna be here, growing corn to feed my chickens and growing cabbage to feed myself and my family on whatever. I don't want them doing that, so I need to manipulate the situation to get my desired result. And why I get to do that is because I'm the stronger life force, right? I'm higher up in the powers that be, right? It's quite sad, actually, when you put your glasses on to really take the time and to look and to observe and to watch something. It's quite sad, and I don't want to harm them. And I'm looking at this guy here with a leaf the size of a nickel, and he is working and working, but now he doesn't know where to go because I've disturbed his pathway. And well, let's check it out. This guy here, going under a rock, trying to get around because I disturbed their pathway. They had a clear passage right through here, and they're going over there, about here. And as I was taking the shovel and turning them up, they scattered. A lot of them dropped their leaves. Look at these guys here. These guys here, I think, are simply working on saving others that were turned over underneath that chunk of dirt. They've now dropped their work. They are no longer collecting leaves. They are trying to, I think, trying to rescue others. There's this one guy with one tiny little leaf. There's a lot of going back and forth with no leaves. They're no longer working. They're scattered. They're distracted. They're not doing what they originally intended to do. This guy here is struggling. Like, look at him. What a hero, right? And in the beginning, you know, they kind of dropped all their leaves here, and they turned in circles, a very tight group. They dropped all their leaves. They didn't do anything. And I'm thinking, how long is it going to take, or what's going to happen? Who's going to be the guy or the gal? Maybe they're all, I think they might even be all females. Who's going to be the individual to strike out and to find a new pathway? I don't know, but somebody's got to do it, right? It's just so easy to manipulate a civilization because the higher power wants to, and because that's what the higher power has decided is important. And, you know, it's kind of reflective on the situation of our day right now, right? Like, whether I'm in Costa Rica, or you're in Canada, or I'm in Ukraine, or you're in Las Vegas, or California, or wherever, right? We're being manipulated by a stronger force than us. And how are we going to decide to react? And what is our civilization trained to do? Are we gonna, you know, who's gonna be the one individual to strike out and find the new pathway? This guy here, I don't know if it's the same, still struggling with this huge weight on his shoulders, trying to get over there. And there's tons of them going back and forth with no leaves at all, and I'm wondering, why are they not carrying leaves? My dog is going crazy. I don't know if she looks like she's digging for something. Hey, Olive. So basically, that's my big epiphany of the day, right? Like, how easy is it for a higher force to manipulate an entire civilization. And how many times has it done before, you know? And you know, if I put my glasses on, okay, I can say that it's happening to us right now. And being aware of that, I think, is the most important thing. As far as ants go and a garden, I feel a little bit more empowered to deal with the situation. I don't want to cause harm to these guys. They're just doing what they're doing. These ants are pretty harmless. The little black fuckers that bite like hell, that's another story. And I will manipulate their society as well, you know? And I'm going to do it hopefully in a natural and non-harmful way. Alright guys, I think that's enough about ants and bugs for now. You know, leaf cutter ants are not the major problem. I think for me the major problem are the ants that bite. But leaf cutter ants are a major problem when it comes to producing your own food and being dependent on your garden to feed yourself. As I'm in Costa Rica, I can't work here and I'm not rich by any means. So I need to produce as much food as I can for myself, which will be a little bit easier for me than most people because I am vegetarian. I don't eat meat. Although I do eat fish, I do eat cheese, and I eat eggs, which is a whole other story because now I have chickens and I'm really looking forward to them producing eggs for me. But you know what? That's another story, so tune in next time.